ladies, so we've got a fun video for you. We always enjoy doing the trends to ditch. They're super controversial. We love getting your guys' feedback, but we're gonna be sharing with you trends to ditch and what to wear instead. So we are definitely not telling you that these trends are gonna be a huge fashion faux pas if you end up wearing them. We're just kind of letting you know that these trends were hot, or maybe, you know, are kind of making their way out. If you end up getting these things, that's okay. But there are some new trends that we see on the horizon that we know are going to be huge for 2026. So we're giving you all the information on how to get a jump on all those new trends.
Yes, and we also wanted to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. We know that you're going to be spending lots of time with your families, as are we, so we will not have a video this Thursday, but we'll be happy to see you next Sunday. In the meantime, enjoy this video, and if there's anything here that you like, as always, everything will be linked down below in the description box, pinned to the first comment, and you've got those QR codes that show up if you're watching on your TV. You can just hold up your phone and shop very easily right from there. So let's dive in because we've got lots of great things to share. Okay, so this first one isn't exactly a trend to ditch. It's still gonna be really hot. We're still gonna be wearing it, and this has to do with colors. So the colors that we saw so much of this year were the espresso, brown, you know, chocolate, burgundies. Those are still gonna be burning really hot. Even red was a big one. We're still gonna be wearing these colors. They're still beautiful. We're not getting rid of them in any way, shape, or form. But what we did wanna share with you are some new colors that we're starting to see kind of slide into all the retailers and become even more popular.
And the colors that you should be looking for instead, I'm gonna give you one guess what one of the colors is. Pink, yes. So we're gonna see this like baby pink, and this really makes sense considering we're moving also into the spring season. So this is gonna really be perfect for that. Also, purple is another color that you can wear now and also in the spring. Some of the other colors are also some of these beautiful jewel tone colors like sapphire, emerald green is a gorgeous color that is going to be huge, including mocha, which is currently trending even right now.
Yes, so of course it didn't take much convincing for both of us to pick up a little baby pink. And I also wanted to share with you this beautiful like lavender purple shirt that I recently purchased. This one is like a nice kind of silky fabric with some little ruffles going down it. Very, very feminine, very on trend, and definitely hitting that new color trend.
And one of the baby pink tops that I recently picked up is actually a really budget-friendly one from Target. So this is a short sleeve cardigan. This one is just very feminine, super girly with a slight little puff sleeve in this cute and adorable little pink color. Okay, so the next trend that we are ditching is the overly distressed jean. So that can be anything from some holes and lots of distressing, maybe some raw hem. It could also be fading of the wash in the fabric. And of course, we're gonna still see some of that, but that's definitely making its way out.
Yes, you ladies are gonna love this because I remember back in the day when we were a little bit more distressing, you were begging us to stop. Some of you have always hated this trend, so I'm sure you're gonna be happy to see the new trend that's really becoming more popular are more structured denim. So think about like those trouser jeans, also very dark wash jeans, things that really almost look like they could pass for like a pant, things that'll be perfect for like casual Fridays at the office. Definitely looks a little bit more chic and elevated. Now, sometimes when we want to feel more casual, of course, we're still gonna be reaching for a little bit of that medium or faded wash, but we're really seeing less of that and moving over to this more chic and elevated, dark and structured denim.
Yeah, and so one of the jeans that initially came to mind for me, because I was thinking more of this like structured, not faded, not distressed jean, they are my favorite like loft flare jeans. So the reason why I like them is because they're in a little bit more of a darker wash. So they're not a medium wash, they're a little bit closer to a dark wash, which really kind of helps to elevate the look of the jean. And of course there's zero distressing on it, and these are perfection when it comes to really just highlighting your curves. So you ladies have really loved them. I've gotten so much great feedback from people who have picked them up and worn them on their own. And of course that flare is just always going to be something that really flatters the body shape.
And the pair that I chose is a new find for me that I really fell in love with, and that is this trouser style jean from J. Crew. These are perfect. For me, they are the perfect length because I can wear them with flats or heels, but they do have a variety of lengths, including short and regular and tall. And I love the trouser style fit. You're gonna see in the B-roll that I share, it almost looks like I'm wearing a pant. Like I definitely could get away with wearing these to somewhere a little bit dressier. And I just think they're the perfect jean. They're so comfortable and they look really chic. So one of the trends we've seen for quite a while are these big chunky shoes. So we've seen it in loafers, we've seen it in sneakers, we've even seen it in boots, where you're adding a lot of extra like bottom to the shoe with this chunkiness and a lot of like traction on the bottom, rubber soles, things like that. And that is one of the trends that I don't think it's completely going away. I think we're gonna still see some of it. We even see it in some of the designer styles, but it's starting to kind of fade out and get replaced.
Yeah, and what they're kind of moving towards is more of this like streamlined, almost feminine kind of look. So that's going to be a much more streamlined classic loafer. You'll also see that detail coming out in the Mary Janes. The boots, they'll also have a very streamlined classic look to them, maybe even a elongated toe. And that's also true for sneakers as well. So we're gonna see lots of this like streamlining going on.
Yes, and one of my personal favorites is a shoe that I've really been embracing this season, and I can see that it's definitely going to continue on into the new year, is the Mary Jane. So in the past, I think we saw some very chunky, heavy Mary Janes. They almost looked like a little bit costumey, but now we're seeing them be very wearable, very streamlined, and this pair from Sam Edelman is one of my favorites. I have it in the leopard. I think I also have it in the brown suede, and I'm definitely looking at getting the classic black. It's just such a beautiful shoe, and it really works well whether you're wearing like a skirt, a pant, or a pair of jeans.
And for me, because it's the winter season, the first thing that came to mind are what are some of the current boots that also would be perfect and falling right into line with this trend. So the first one that came into mind are the Quince leather boots. So these are absolutely gorgeous. They have that beautiful pointed toe and a stable block heel, and you can pick them up in some gorgeous colors, starting with the espresso. They also have it in a gorgeous Merlot as well as a black. The other one that I was also thinking of is the one from Loft. So Loft has like a bit of a elongated toe and a bit of a more feminine heel, and this one comes not only in black but also in a gorgeous cognac. Okay, so this next trend that we are ditching is the trend that has like a lot of excessive cutouts. So we saw a lot of these cutouts along the arm, maybe along the neckline. It almost has a little bit of like an edgier, maybe even rocker kind of vibe. So we're gonna see a lot of that kind of moving out. Maybe there might be some of it, but probably would recommend not investing in any of those and really choosing some other options.
Yes, so what we're starting to see is rather than getting that like little bit of sexiness through these cutouts, kind of moving in a more soft and feminine way to do that sexiness through things like lace, sheer fabrics, off the shoulder, very like romantic type of styles. Some of these can even work in daytime. Some of them can even work in the office if they're done the right way. And some of them, of course, are a little bit sexier for the evening, but lots of beautiful options that you can kind of add that little hint of sexy without doing like the rocker chic look of the cutouts.
And a top that I think is really perfect for this trend is one that Kelly and I, we actually picked up together. So we got this off the shoulder top from Loft. We both ended up picking it up in this beautiful like orchid lilac color, so pretty. And the reason why we really love this top is because it just has a great fit to it. So it's not overly boxy, it's not so snug that it's really kind of highlighting every single little bump and curve. It just gives a little bit of shape by keeping a nice sleek look around the arms, showing just a little bit of shoulder, and of course having that beautiful color trend.
And one of my favorite tops that I also picked up from Loft was this sheer trend one that had so many of these fun feminine elements. So first of all, it is a sheer long sleeve fabric. However, it comes with a detachable little cami underneath. When I talked about, you know, making it daytime or office appropriate, this is how you can do it. So you've got the sheer sleeves, but everything else is covered. It's got a little ruffle detail at the collar, and then this cute little tie detail in black that I thought was so sweet. You can either tie it in a bow or kind of leave it half done like a boat, a little men's tie, but a really cute and very on-trend look, and a really fun way to have that little element of femininity to a basic top. Okay, so this next one is not necessarily a trend that you have to ditch. I think it's kind of a classic and it will always come back around, but it's one that we're seeing fade out a little bit and be replaced by some new ideas, and that is leather pants. So leather pants are kind of classic. I feel like if you have them, you might want to tuck them away and try something new, but they're always going to come back around. But we're seeing a lot less of like those rough, rugged type of fabrics like the leather.
And so we're going to be moving away from that masculine leather option and having some more of these more feminine, softer fabrics that you can wear. So that's everything from satin, silk, velvet, and even suede. So this really makes sense considering that we're all loving our loungewear. So we don't want something that's super restrictive. We want things that are flowy, things that are comfortable, things that are soft, and all four of these fabrics are a fantastic alternative.
Yeah, and it also really makes sense how these are kind of working together. If you notice, we're getting rid of that like distressing, those heavier, like more masculine types of looks, the cutouts, and we're moving into this more like soft and feminine era, which I am loving. So the pants that I found for this one are a beautiful pair of velvet pants. So these are kind of like the fit of a jean. They're a bit high-waisted. They have the patch pockets, but they're made of this soft velvet. I picked them up in this ivory color in the petite because I wanted to be able to wear them with a variety of different shoes, and I am just loving these. They're also available in a beautiful like camel color as well, but I love the feel. I love this very soft fabric. I think it's going to pair so well with some of those very pretty and feminine tops.
And by chance, those same exact velvet pants also come in a suede option. So I picked this one up in a gorgeous camel, and I'm not gonna lie to you ladies, when I wore them and I had shared them in the video, I told you guys it felt like I was wearing pajamas because they were just so soft, super comfortable. I got lots of positive feedback from you ladies who did end up picking it up because the material is just buttery soft and out of this world. All right, so we always have so much fun putting these videos together. We hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, definitely hit that subscribe button. We truly appreciate all of your support and would not be able to do what we are doing here on this channel without you. And if you are looking for some more content to watch, be sure to check out our winter shoe haul. We love sharing our favorite shoes with you, so that one is full of lots of goodies. We hope you ladies have a great week, and we will see you next time. Merry Christmas!